Namaskar. I am Kumar Rakesh and you are watching Global Governance News TV. Today we are going to discuss the Taliban Afghanistan. I think say Afghanistan or not, this is a matter of question now. Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan, they have announced the Taliban, USA and global society. How the impact of the India also. So we'll discuss on that issue. As we know the Taliban, the new role of the Taliban is just to capture Afghanistan. They're trying to rename Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan, IA. They've already announced. They won the Islamist movement and military organization in Afghanistan. And the leaders, Muhammad Umar, Abdul Ghani, brother, Akhtar Mansoor, Hibatullah, Akhunja, Muhammad Rasul. And in some operations we can note, date operation 94-96, the militia 96-2001, first government. As the world knows how the inhuman government that time, and the 2002 to 2021 insurgency, and they are now claimed 2021 the new government. And the groups is called Pashtuns and Tajiks in the northern Afghanistan. Headquarters earlier, 94-2001, Kandahar. As we know, the Kandahar earlier the part of the Bharat, Hindustan earlier the, if we talk the Akhand Bharat, all, and how the ideology Islamic fundamentalism, Devandi Islamist, religious nationalism, and the Pashtun Valley. And size is not maximum the claim that 2 lakhs and the allies is Pakistan supporter, Qatar, Iran, China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and non-state allies, Haqqani Network, Al-Qaeda, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Harkat-e-Mujahideen, Tahrir-e-Taliban, Pakistan, Tehreek-e-Nafaz, Hizb-e-Islami, Gulbuddin Islami Movement of Uzbekistan. So if I am reading the list, you can analyze how Taliban is. It is self-definition of Taliban is protecting just both for the human rights or just for the terrorists. And the opponents also, Afghanistan, India, United States, UK, NATO, Canada just announced no relation with the Taliban, Britain also. And civil war is going on, and 92-96, Afghan civil war, Tajik civil war, 92-97, Afghan civil war, 96-2001, war Afghanistan, 2001 to till now, going on. Now they have claimed now this Islamic Afghanistan, Sharia law. What happened, what will happen, what the impact of India as well as the USA has taken decision that is good or bad, and how the impact on the global society. We'll discuss all the issues with all our esteemed panelists. So we have Vandana Jhingan ji, a senior judge from the Chicago, USA, and we have Alok Lahad ji from Spain, and just on the European perspective, he'll focus. Anita Choudhary ji from India, New Delhi, and he's just covering the MEA. And later soon, the Rakesh Tiwari and others will join later. So I'll start from today, how the USA, today Trump statement, Biden should resign on the issues of Taliban. And Biden government has failed now. How do you react and how do you see the reaction, Vandana?
I saw this reaction yesterday on the roads in the state of Illinois. I have videos, I can share those with you. People were on the roads at least because they say we are missing Trump. Then we want Trump back. Election was rigged. So I was just crossing by in the city of Schaumburg where I live, and I saw there was around 200 people, those who were with the banners, and they were very much like, what is this going on? So because when we talk about all the other 56, 57 nations, are they going to come and stand next to that? Or it's going to be the same story, what has happened before, because this cancer going to spread in pieces in the other global world. When we talk about, I do recall when I was small, there was in Ashoka Hotel, one floor was given to the
In
family
Delhi,
of
you
the,
are talking about the New
yeah,
Delhi, India. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So one floor was dedicated to the family of the one ex-president of the Afghanistan. So India has to keep its door closed. First of all, charity begins at home, and is the same thing like 20 years of this thing plus more than $1 trillion, almost more than 3,000 of our soldiers. How much damage like the US should have been keep going on. So this is like I must say, it's a dog is always a dog. It can be many different breeds. You can name them. So they are like sitting. We are talking about yesterday. They talked. I saw some visuals how people want to get out from that country on the aircrafts. People are scared. There were some
My
news
God.
channels. They were talking to the people of Afghanistan origin working in India, New Delhi. They are worried about their relatives. They are worried about their friends. And how could that be? Because whatever, because uh, the tech, how it has been given training to the Afghanistan army and the forces, that has gone totally waste, to be honest. They have completely surrendered. What did they do? Was it some kind of conniving like going on? Was it hand in gloves that they were doing it? We don't know. That needs to be, how could that, like now, same equipment like defense equipments is being used by the radicals, Taliban. Name can be different. मुजाहिदीन थे, तालिबान है, आईएसआईएस है, वही बात है,
Yeah,
मैं बोला ना, because it is a different breed, we can just
yeah.
call it. And it is not only for US, it is not for India, it is going to be for rest of the world other than those 56 countries, to be honest. Now it is the time for the Islamic countries and the Muslims of all around the world to come out and decide what they really want to do, because in today's time it is not what is yesteryears 20 years ago what it was, but now this is the news globally everywhere that you see, any channel you open, because the minute you type FAFG on Google, first thing comes is Afghanistan, to be honest. Like, the president has left, everybody knows that. And I am, do I feel for the humans of Afghanistan, those who have been
Yeah.
innocent lives. But Afghanistan has been a very liberal country. If we see that before 70s, I do have so many friends of mine, the way they used to dress up, the ladies and stuff like that, much more advanced than even in Bharat, to be honest. But what
But
it is today, if they see your nail, so your hand is chopped off, that is not acceptable. I'm being
okay,
like,
okay,
thank you
okay.
very much. Really appreciate.
So nice. So as Alok ji, as Vandana ji said, how the human they are. If the Muslim kill the Muslim, there is no violation of human rights. If any other religion would just disturb the Muslim, there is a long way of the human rights. How do you analyze?
No, I kind of don't agree, and I'm kind of surprised that everybody is surprised that this is happening. Uh, if anybody kills anybody, it's violation of human right. Like
Yeah,
Vannaji said, Afghanistan was a very advanced country, so to say. It was like Iran was during the regime of Shah Pahlavi, and then Islamization when it comes in, it doesn't care about these values because they consider this as Western values. They have their own set of values which could be medieval, but if you talk about them, then you are considered a Islamophobic. uh, I think the story of Afghanistan, for example, if we analyze what is happening right now, I don't know why people are so surprised. The guys who are supporting Trump, fantastic. Those who are against Biden, fantastic. But we are forgetting one thing, which is the Afghan peace treaty, which was signed in Doha as early as I think 29th of February 2020, if I'm not wrong, in which there was a US representative, which was sent by President Trump, Zalmay Khalilzad, and there was also a representative of the Taliban. Indian viewpoint was that you don't discuss or you don't sit on a table with a terrorist group. But that was, nobody listened to that, And Abdul Ghani Baradar, he was sitting next there, and this was done in Qatar, in Doha. And there were three conditions put by United States. One was that the US and NATO forces will not be attacked by the Taliban. They agreed to it. Then they said Al-Qaeda kind of an organization will not be allowed on Afghan soil. The Talibanis also agreed to it. And the third was that you will talk with the Afghan government, which was a puppet government, everybody knows, which was put in there. And 2019, there was these elections held, which in between, I mean, the Afghans themselves, they said they were rigged, or they were not rigged, but they were held under the, guidance or observation of United States. And NATO forces were also present there. And then they agreed that the reduction of forces would be there. There were about 13,000 US and NATO soldiers. Now, these would be declared to about 8.6 thousand. And then they would also close down the bases. So this deal was endorsed by Russia, China, Pakistan, and the Security Council.
Okay.
Now, there is more to add, but there's more to add to this. This deal was not endorsed by India. I mean, India appreciated the fact that the Afghan government had agreed to it, or the Afghan people had, accepted it. I don't know if they had accepted it, because Afghan government was not even called for these negotiations. So it was kind of a pact given to them that we have done this deal with Taliban. Now you have to do. So I don't know. Today it's very easy to criticize President Biden or the Trump. He could be appreciated or something like this. Okay, the peace process was started, but this process was kind of a face-saving kind of a thing that you are retrieving from there. So it is nothing new. I don't know why people are surprised about it. So there was a kind of a ceasefire till the time the Americans and the NATO forces walk out of Afghanistan, and then they could resume their talks. The talks also failed because one of the conditions was that the Afghan government would be freeing 5,000 of the Talibanis, and 1,000 of the Afghan soldiers which the Talibanis were holding, they would be released. That was a precondition set by the Taliban. But this was also not respected. So and then the Talibanis said that now that period that, the peace period is over, now we can, start up our offensive against the Afghan government. Now, this is what happened. We were presuming that the president of Afghanistan would be asked to resign, and then they'll form a two-party kind of a system, or Talibanis would be given certain, power in the government. But as we see right now, like the president has fled, and it was expected. But my question is, what was United States doing there in the first place? It was none of the United States' business. If we talk about when USSR occupation was there, USSR was a neighbor and they were doing it. What do you prefer? A right-wing Talibani type of a government, with a Khomeini type of a leader there, or you prefer an Afghanistan which could have been Soviet? If you have to choose between the two evils, which evil will you choose? Or why not just leave it, to the Afghan people? What they wanted to do was, they wanted the Afghans to fight the Afghans, which means the Afghans which they put in the government, they were to fight the Talibanis, and both of them are Afghans. So Afghans and Afghans, they would have thought, like, why should we fight between ourselves? So I think the military which was there, and probably Afghans would have fought. The Afghan military which was trained by the Americans, probably they would have fought. But no instructions were given. And the president says that I have left so that no bloodshed is there. But we are forgetting that ever since
but according to report, Alok ji,
Taliban have died. These are all human. So what is happening is, this is just to sum it up, one line, is that, what we have seen is that this is human greed for power. It is the greed of the people inside there. And in whatever is happening out there, I don't know what we have gained out of this, but the collateral damage has been women and children, and of course the liberty of the people.
Okay. So no, but there is also reports. Thank you, welcome Rakesh Tiwari ji from the Toronto. So actually, as we have just some reports, more than 2,000 people also killed, and how the Talibani work is not changed. What about the 1996 to 2001? How they are behaving? Some sophistication is there, but anyhow, they are the same like before. No change. Anita ji, how just you see the sitting in India and see the perspective of Taliban with reference to India, as well as the human rights violation, or as well as how they are just going to, as President Ghani also fled from the country, and it is reported he maybe take the asylum in USA now. So how all the scenario, how you analyze?
First of all, it's a matter of concern for India because we all know the Afghanistan was a strategic point for India,
Yeah, yeah,
both for diplomatic as a diplomatic relation and for in concern of the defense relation also. We have
yeah.
a very good strategic route which we called Gwadar Port between Iran and Afghanistan, which is a very important strategic route we were using to counter China. Now the things are going totally reverse because we all have evacuated our embassies from Afghanistan, but Pakistan and China they are still there. They are not. Their embassies are working there, and China has released their statement also that we have some kind of matriya relation or dostana or friendly relation we will develop with the Taliban. They started to damage whatever the infrastructure India has done in Afghanistan. So and China has assured that we will do the infrastructure, we will do the economic growth, we will do we will give this political support. Everything China is promising. It means that China will use that land as a strategic point against India. But it's a matter of concern for the world also because once upon a time, US has used Taliban as a tool against USSR. Now it's time for Russia to use Taliban as a tool against allies and US. Because we all know that Pakistan, China, and Rus has recognized Taliban ruled government in Afghanistan, but many countries like Britain, like India,
Yes.
Turkey, they are not recognizing. Still, they are not recognizing
Canada
Taliban.
also. Canada also.
Canada also. But first of all, I just want to give you the report ki why Taliban is so damaging and it's a threat for world. Because we should first look at the power power points of Taliban. First name is I am going through the first name माफ कीजिएगा. There is some kind of problem, I think. But again, we will because
I'll take
we
after.
must have to know Amar ul Makham. He is the leader of the Taliban. After Mullah Biradar, Amar ul Makham is a leader of the Taliban, and he belongs to the founder of the Taliban. He is the founder of the Taliban with Mullah Umar. And the second is the Sazuddin Haqqani. Haqqani is the spokesperson of Taliban, and he is also a chief of Haqqani group. We all know what Haqqani
No,
group does
we'll take Anita ji.
worldwide.
We'll take
So
all the
these
details. See, we'll talk all the
no,
details
I'm
how
just
they are
giving the
behaving.
answer of the Alok ji. I'm just giving the answer of the Alok ji
Please.
ki, that as per the Doha peace agreement, they are not allowing the terrorist group in this that land, but actually they are the group of the terrorist organization, this Taliban.
This is
All
already
the
fact.
chief of the
That is
terrorist
all.
organization, they are heading Taliban. So this is the threat for the entire country. We all are keeping mouths today. Tomorrow we will do the hue and cry, and
Anita ji,
everyone will be on the target point.
Anita ji, as you said, there is a list of the this group: Haqqani Network, Al Qaeda, Lashkar-e-Toba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Harkatul-Mujahideen, Taliban Pakistan, Tehreek-e-Nafaz. These are all list Islamic movement. All are supporting all the terrorist groups supporting Taliban. So Rakesh Tiwari ji, as Canada has just de-recognized, we can say, not recognized Taliban, and just withdraw his all diplomats from Afghanistan. So, what your first comment on that? Number one. Number two, do you think the Taliban is any group just for the negotiation, just to support whatever they're trying to create another Islamic country in a full-fledged way, and just for the Sharia Qanun and all etc.
Well, thank you so much, Kumar Rakesh ji and the fellow panelists who are here, and welcome, Anita ji. After a long time, we are seeing you. Now, coming back to as you mentioned about that Canada has not recognized. Of course, Canada will not support. Canada is bringing around 20,000 Afghanis who have supported Canadian forces. Over there are the embassy they are bringing to Canada. Along with that, that's not a hidden fact, that's open fact. Now, coming back to when you're mentioning the debate which is going on and around the world it is going on, I remember that
Yeah,
even the last week when the things were happening, I was
yeah,
warning about it, I was talking about it, that this is the saddest day. I will say 15th of August was while we were celebrating Bharat's independence. At the same time, Afghanistan was going in the dark ages at the same time. Um this Let me say this is a complete chaos, and I will say after the First World War, the way League of Nations has failed, similarly now it is open, although the United Nations has failed many times, but this time it is clearly shown that they have failed miserably, and now nobody is going to trust. Even the Canadians who are here, Toronto Star has written an article and news about it, that Afghans are not going to trust anybody. I mean, those people who have trusted, and not only Afghans, we are talking about it. Even the people, even the other countries outside, they are not going to trust, because it's very sad that 20 years US has occupied over there. They have put their people over there in the power, and the way they wanted to deal with it, they did with it. Would you believe, if not believe, I mean, it is very hard to digest this fact, that $20 billion was just gone here west. 20 whatever they have given to Afghanistan is a known fact. $20 billion was gone in corruption here and there. That we are talking about during this not much 5 to 7 years period of time. Not we are not talking about 20 years. So everybody has profited from the misery of the Afghan people, and I hope they will remember it. The another thing is this: the puppet government of US, which was in power, and I will say that even the play was there. Abdullah is still. I mean, I do not know Abdullah before, but like I know through the media, but he's still there negotiating, fighting for it, while the Ghani and all his cabinet is run away from there, just like the US has run away from there. I agree with Anita ji that is a great danger for Bharat, for Hindustan, because this is we are looking at new Islamization of the world. Now, all those people, I was listening some another TV shows where my good friend Tariq Fateh has mentioned. He said
yeah.
that even on the street of Canada, on the street of Toronto, a lot of people are supporting on other places too. uh, while the Afghans they are crying, and they are saying that Joe Biden or other country, other Western countries have failed them. My point is this: where to take it from here onwards? As I said before in earlier debates, this is India's backyard. It is Hindustan's backyard. It is Bharat's backyard. We have to manage it. Why any Russia, why any China, why any America should not be there? We have to, if we claim that we have the power, we have the force, because if we do not take care of our neighboring countries, it is going to bite us back, and it is biting us back. It is biting back to us for longest period of time. Bharat should have a proper involvement in it, not getting influenced by US or any other, because we have seen their faces very clearly. Very sad day, very, very sad day, I can say that. And I'm here with Anitaji's point of view, that is, this is a great danger for not only for Bharat but also the world, because we know that how Taliban's they were making profit with the opium trade, with the drug trade, and all with the criminal activities. So now we know what is at the play. And at the same time, last point I want to mention is this, that we know very well Pakistan has recognized the Taliban, the very first country to recognize them, and they said that we are very happy that Talibans are back and they are thrown the US out. So we know who was playing from the beginning with the Taliban. The hands in gloves, we know who has it. Thank you.
Okay, so nice. So just I'll show one video, one clips of this. You can see the video, and I will take a comment all of
देख रहा था एक खुशखबरी भी आप लोगों को देते चलो कि अशरफ गनी जो है वो रिजाइन कर दिए हैं, अल्लाह का शुक्र है। और तालिबान जो है वो धीरे धीरे इमारत इस्लामिया को कायम करने की तरफ जो है वो
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह जी
गामजन है। तो मुझे वो लगता है कि हाँ, हमें उनसे सबक लेना चाहिए और सीखना चाहिए कि आजादी हासिल करने के लिए किस तरह की जिद्दोजहद और कोशिश करनी।
just you listen the video. This is the clubhouse video of the Indian Muslim journalist. How they are talking, what they are talking, why they are talking. Just for the liberation, jihad, just for the Islamization, as you Rakesh Tiwari talked, Anita ji talked, the Islamization of the country. What is reaction, Alok Lahad, on this video?
My reaction is that there are ignorant people everywhere, and nothing could be worse than this. Or people, if we talk about that, $20 billion have been wasted, or 3,000 soldiers have died, and so many Talibanis have died. And think about the people of Afghanistan who had nothing to do with this. People, when you see, you've shown another clip, that thousands of people who want to escape from Afghanistan, these are the real people of Afghanistan.
Sir, my question is just related to this video's clips.
Video is talking about.
I've already said. Now, these people are as much Taliban as the Talibans who are working in Afghanistan. I cannot support the Talibanis there, and I cannot support Talibani-like thinking anywhere. I'm more for a liberal and a democratic Afghanistan, which is progressive looking, rather than pushing or turning Afghanistan into a battleground of USA, USSR, China included, or even Pakistan. And they're talking about a freedom. But what freedom? They don't even know the meaning of freedom, and he's saying you have to fight for the freedom. This is not freedom. You don't push in 21st century, you don't push your own people. But they are not their own people. They are sitting here in India and they're talking, about this. If they had their daughters there, if they had their women there, if they had their families there, then they'll not be talking like this. They are talking like this because they have been given a base ground which is liberal in India. They can talk and criticize in India. If they were doing the same thing in Afghanistan, I like to see. There was an Indian journalist who went there. You know what happened with him. So
Yeah,
it is
so
not
nice.
anybody fighting against anybody. They are Muslims who are running away from the Muslims. They are Muslims who are fighting the Muslims, and they are Muslims who are killing each other. So this is not a fight between Muslims and non-Muslims. This is a fight between people with an ideology which is 100 years behind and a progressive world. If we don't do something about this, people like this, the video which you've shown, they are regressive people. We cannot support them anyway. We have to
Okay.
think about the people of Afghanistan, the women and children in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Rest 20 billion or 30
Yeah.
billion, 3,000 people killed, that has got nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
There's some
So
noise
nice.
coming.
So I think just let me check.
Okay.
Rakesh Tiwari ji, what is comment on this video clip? Then I'll check the
Well,
Anita ji.
the audio and video clip, which both shows that what we were already talking about it, it has given another, you can say that the booster juice to all those people who were dreaming to get the Ghazwa Hind, but that's the whole plan about it. Let's put it this way. Now we are saying, let's, in the Second World War, Hitler and other like-minded people and like-minded forces, they were trying to take over the world. Now we are looking at it. Those who are Islamist, they want to create a Sharia law all over the world. That's they are very clear. Of course, the Taliban spokesperson, I heard him yesterday, and they were talking about we are going to be peaceful, this and that, and we could see that this is that when the people are dropping out of the plane, from falling from the plane, because I never seen such things like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
How?
is
It's so inhuman. So inhuman.
is so inhuman. People are yeah, and abandoning,
God.
and US, the way US has abandoned it, let me say, US has fallen from the grace, and no, they cannot claim to be the leader of the free world and or the democracy, not at
Okay.
all. Even the
Okay.
whole Western world, when you're talking
Anita
about
ji, Anita
video
ji, Anita
and
ji.
audio, when you're talking about it, all those
Yeah.
people, they are, I mentioned, in Canada too, in US too, all over the places, even in
Yeah.
Bharat too, those people are there. They are planning, they are saying, okay, we got Afghanistan, we got Pakistan, now the next turn. So
Yeah.
we better watch out for that.
Okay.
And these are
Anita
the
ji,
intellectuals.
Anita ji, first we'll take comment on the video clips, then how the Pakistani Prime Minister just welcome the move of Taliban. How to see the in respect of the in India also, that is Bharat. Yeah.
On your question, my question is, Rakesh ji, ki how many biradar of Mullah biradar in India?
Yeah.
How many biradar of Mullah biradar in India?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you will go through the Twitter, all Muslims, they are feeling very happy. I'm very
Yeah.
surprised that when Israel has attacked on Gaza, it was a violation of Human Rights Commission, and Israel was the extremist. When uh, something happened to in India between Hindu and Muslim, it's a violation of human right. And when it happens in Kashmir, it's a violation of human right. But when it's happening in Afghanistan, one Muslim is killing another one, and there is no human rights commission. All are shut. There is no Muslim lives matter. There is you will
Muslim,
not see
Muslim are killing Muslim, and no violation of any right.
the voice on human right violation. So this is the attitude of the Indian Musliman, and now the government should be alert, because if there is a lots of biradar of Mullah biradar, so we have, it's a matter of concern, because we can fight to our enemy, but enemy is in our home. अगर लंका में विभीषण रहे तो लंका को बचाना तो मुश्किल ही होगा ना. जब लंका नहीं बच पाया तो राम की अयोध्या तो वैसे भी ध्वस्त हो जाएगी. तो ये this is a matter of concern, because I was listening one debate, and the Asghar Khan, you know this name, he is a very renounced advocate, Supreme Court advocate in India, and he was supporting Taliban. He was saying that yes, Taliban has promised that they will do it peacefully. They will give right to the women as per Sharia, and Sharia has what kind of right Sharia has given to the Muslims, we all know. So this is the situation, and Pakistan should not feel happy because the Taliban ruled Afghanistan is going to become another heaven for the extremists, and it will destabilize the Pakistan also. We all know Pakistan has the two kind of crowd. One is the Hafiz Saeed ruled crowd, that is the Madarsa crowd, and the another one is a very progressive kind of civilians. They want to live their life, they want to move on, they want their styles, they want their life without burqa. So when the Taliban, the extremist Taliban, who will rule Afghanistan as per Sharia, and the many borders, the Pashtuns, the blood of Taliban is Pashtun, and we all know Pashtun's crowd is in Pakistan also. So the blood will flow, and again the Peshawar will happen, again the Islamabad Madarsa will happen, and Pakistan, the Imran Khan, on that day, I am just waiting on that day, what will the reaction of Imran Khan on those incidents, because on Madarsa, Pakistan, they have blamed India. On for Peshawar, they have blamed India. But Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan has taken the responsibility for that. We all know, and it was on open platform. So Pakistan should, maybe it's a temporary, because we will counter India. This is a good feeling and good, अच्छे सपने हैं ना मुंगेरी लाल के. So they are feeling now that yes, we will do it, and China is with me. But it will be a disaster for China also, because we all know what kind of treatment China is giving to Urgai Muslims, and the Taliban is an extremist Muslim. They don't want any kind of ill treatment with any Muslim community. So we have to wait and watch. But yes, India has to be alert. India has to get prepared, because that land, if the Taliban will think that we have to move on with a progressive step, then it's okay. But if Taliban will go with Pakistan and China, and they will use their soil against India, the India should do the preparation, because we have a very good army as a for counter-terrorism and combat.
Okay.
Counter-terrorism and insurgency we are dealing with from past 30 years. We will do in coming 20 years also. But yes, I'm telling you, the India knows how to handle these anti-social elements, which known as the terrorist. And Taliban is a terrorist
Taliban
group.
of India.
The world should recognize
Taliban
it.
of India. So Tiwari.
Let me say, number one thing, we should not brand all the Muslims. We should not go with that. That's one point. The another thing is that we have to clearly see that there are those elements are within Bharat, within Canada, within US, everywhere, who are looking forward, because for them is a different kind of war it is there. And yes, we are responsible. We are responsible means the world is responsible. Even Bharat, I will say we are responsible too. When these things were happening since 30-40 years in Afghanistan, be it USSR was, Russia was coming there, or US was coming there, we were sleeping. We were like, okay, you know what, it is happening over there. We were not considering this fact that this is our border. Even the Pakistan, we were our foreign policy was not forthcoming. Our foreign policy was always this.
Sir, Canada foreign policy or India foreign policy?
I'm talking about Bharat's foreign policy. Canada is so far away from there. Canada was just
but you're sitting in Canada.
Canada has sent its soldiers there.
Yes,
Canada
yes.
Yes.
So I welcome.
Let me say this. Canada has told
Sir,
us.
sorry,
Sir,
Tiwari,
sir.
sorry.
No, no, but let me
One second, one
complete
second,
my
I'm
point,
coming
sir.
to you. 1 second, I'm coming to you. Just to welcome Sandeep Dixit ji, who
But
just
let me complete my point,
deputy
sir.
editor of the Tribune and the specialist on foreign affairs, just joined
let
us.
me
Yeah.
complete this fact.
Please,
Let me complete this
please,
line, please. And
now,
then
yes.
Choudhary is there.
Quickly, but just to welcome him. Yeah, please.
Absolutely. Okay, let
Thanks.
me say this. Canada can send the soldiers over there.
Yes.
US can send the soldiers over there in Afghanistan. While it is our border, and we are not doing anything because we know that see from there, from Afghanistan to attack on Canadian soil or US soil is
I
hard.
think he's not
Why?
aware what India
So
has
we have
done so
our
far.
foreign policy
Yes,
long, I
yes.
would say past 50
Yeah,
years.
He just
That's
going
our
through the
job, what we
superficial,
supposed to do.
the over
Superficial.
upper layer of the
You have
news.
no
He is
idea what
not
India has
going.
done.
No,
You have no
Tiwari
idea
ji.
what India has done.
Sandeep Dixit, just to give us the perspective how the India is doing, how India is taking this issue on the
Well,
list.
I'm glad Modi government is doing good.
Sir, please, Sandeep Dixit.
India has been trying to economically improve Afghanistan. So as part of that measure, India, as you know, has opened that port in Chabar. And from Chabar, there's a road link, and India made a road from Delaram to Zaranch in Afghanistan. 12 Indian engineers lost their lives. And that road, 128 kilometers, was protected by ITBP. So India did the development thing instead of dropping bombs like Canada or US done. So India still has a goodwill in Afghanistan. Whereas I'm telling you, if any of these
Taliban?
whites come to Afghanistan, they will be hung from the lamppost because they supported totally corrupt, bachchabaz governors, corrupt governors. NSA of Ghani was collecting money from US defense contractors. They filled the Ghani bag with notes and they fled. So US has been supporting a very corrupt and uneasy administration, which was unpopular. I will tell you about Spin Boldak, where Danish Siddiqui was killed. Spin Boldak was managed by Nurzai tribes. US came in 2001, threw them out, put a Achakzai fellow there who was a drunkard, wayward, womanizer, who then went and carried out operations in Panjwai, also close by, and he alienated tribes over there also. So the Spin Boldak attack was not Taliban attack. It was a combination of Achakzai, Nurzai, and Taliban attack. And this is because of the US management, mismanagement. मतलब चमचे पाले हुए थे, ठग्स पाले हुए थे, बच्चों की वो करने वाले पाले हुए थे, शराब उनके कैंप से बाहर बेचने वाले, they were hated people. And that is why यूं क्रम्बल हुआ है सारा हर city by city.
Absolutely. I agree with Sandeep ji because put it this way, the whole this dispensation which has run away like anything else, and media was reporting over there that and no wonder
Role of
why people
role
have
of media also should be questioned. Alok ji, I'll take the
the
Sandeep
role of
also. And
media
Anita ji. The role of media also is not the proper and the
don't bring us don't bring us.
impartial. Yeah.
So
My I
I
agree
exclude
to
myself from that media. Okay,
Sir,
supporting.
please.
I have not supported the Ghani and this US. I will say
What
that
Sandeep ji just stated, I'm just talking about
But
the role of
Sandeep
media.
ji has just given a trailer of Indian policy that of how the ITBP and all. We have trained the Afghanistan army also,
Yeah.
and we have done lots of peace process over there. So please, we are so far from these European and Western countries.
Anita ji, India has already offered the parliament building just to make the wonderful parliament building to Afghanistan. But what the
we
US
have
and
not
other
done to
countries has done,
counter Taliban. What we have
that
done
is
to
also a
counter
fact.
Taliban.
This is also
Please answer me that.
The
Anybody?
Sir,
the
What we
US
have
and
done to
allies, they have just looted Afghanistan. The
what
US and allies, they have just looted Afghanistan.
okay. Alok ji, how the role of media plays
I
in
was
the
I was
operation
waiting for I was wait,
operation of the just how many oppressed and the kids are misusing. Now Taliban is coming to on that like 96 to 2001. I think they have been just started this operation layers. Now they are going to open the layers. They have banned the corona vaccine. First, they have ordered. How nonsense and inhuman they are. How do you see Alok ji, and I'll take Sandeep ji and Anita ji also.
They are Talib. They are
What-
Vidwan. They are knowledgeable people. You know that. You know that. They are called Talibs.
Alok ji. Let
Supported by
the Alok ji
Musharraf
speak.
and Imran.
Yeah.
I was waiting for my turn, but since people talk over each other, so I thought
No. Please, sir.
Sorry.
Please.
what I 100% agree with what Sandeep ji has put forward. I think Indian policy has been the most intelligent policy ever since. Keeping in mind the Congress government and the current Modi government. Even going to the stance that the current government, it had a backdoor talk with the Talibans in Doha. I even support that once it is very clear what the intention of the United States were, we couldn't be sitting on the back chair. And like Tiwari ji said, we have to keep our backyard clean. We must have a backyard clean. But we have Talibani elements in our own country, like Kumar Rakesh ji put that video. So we have to, walk that tightrope in such a way that we keep our domestic politics clean. And why should we send our boys? It is not our war, like it was not the US war. Why did they send their boys? That's the first question. We are not stupid enough to send our boys there and get them killed when it is none of our business. It is true that we have to
That
keep.
was targeted killing. Whom
No,
to kill,
but
where to
you
kill,
can't
how
go
to
and
kill.
sacrifice your boys just because of that. And just because you want to pay politics, and people have been saying that this has been, the death ground of superpowers and all that. What the hell? It's the playground. They are playing. They are playing with the lives of Afghanis. They are playing with the lives of their own soldiers. And Russians were smart enough to get back. Americans have been wasting their time and money. And what have they achieved at the end of the day? Nothing at all.
Yeah.
And I don't think Pakistanis would be any happy because you don't know what the Talibanis would do. Do you think anybody in the Pakistani army or in the rest of Pakistan want a Taliban-like government there? They don't. They don't have, they are kind of enjoying, not to such an extent, the democracy we have in India. But I really doubt in case anybody in Pakistan would like to have a government like that. So China is also scared. Iran is scared. Russia is scared. You don't know. Like in India, we say, like, ut kis karvat baithega. So it's anybody's guess. People are waiting.
Yeah, you're right.
But I 100% support the stand which was taken by India, the development which we've done. I met an Afghan boy here and he said, "You're from India, not Pakistan." I said, "No." Then he came and hugged me. So that kind of the relationship which you are enjoying, that is because of what India has done in Afghanistan. I think our
relations, sir,
100%
our
clear. We were very
Bharat, our Hindustan
clear-headed.
was
We
up to
did
Kandahar.
not
Yeah.
endorse at all. When all Russia, China, Pakistan, and the Security Council had endorsed the Taliban-US peace deal, which was done under President Trump, India still did not endorse it. It welcomed it, but we kept short of endorsing it. This is anybody's guess. So I don't think. And the role of journalists. That was the question you asked me.
Role of media.
Role of journalists in India, and especially those who are the so-called socialist bent journalists, has been atrocious. They don't have the guts to come up and stand for the rights of the Afghan people. Unke muh mein dahi jam gayi hai. They are not saying anything. The JNU walls are full of people in Palestine. We should talk about the rights of them, or people in some other place. You talking about them. AMU was like that, JNU was like that, but now there is nothing written on the wall. It's an absolute silence. The same kind of silence is also there in the left journalism and in general. Nobody's talking anything. I mean, just think of it. Even a platform like Twitter, they have given a handle to the Talibanis, and they cannot give a handle to President of the United States of America, President Trump. This is hilarious. This is how press has been behaving, and this is how the liberals have been behaving.
And that Alokji, I just want to mention that the leftist media has that kind of attitude in regards of the Danish also. They have tweeted that bullet has killed Danish, not Taliban. Bullet has killed Danish, not Taliban. So this is the attitude of the Indian journalist.
Bullet, whom the bullet just had been
Were you
done.
writing
I'll,
about who's
so I,
saying to you?
I'll take Sandeep ji. Sandeep ji, just how the Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan reacted on this. This just gulami se mukti mili hai, like whatever. Number one.
Imran Khan had no idea about the ground situation, just like us.
Well, no, but what he reacted? Why he reacted like that? Number one, and how you think the role of China and Pakistan in the new Taliban in Afghanistan?
You know, China was very clever. 2 years ago, it was playing on both sides. And so it had oil wells over there, it had a copper mine over there. But when you try to be too clever, you fall between two stools. So Rashid Dostum closed down his oil wells, and a rival Taliban group, they closed down its copper mine. So if China thinks that it can just walk in and say, hello, how are you, and get everything, that is not so. So they have already had a slap. And today at UNSC, China said the bottom line of any political development in Afghanistan is there should not be any ETIM safe haven. So even as you said, China is also nervous and scared. They don't know where these chaps will take the country to.
No, they made a statement to Sambe last meeting. How they threatened to Taliban for the adopting the militant activities. Yeah.
I would like to say, let me say this.
Sir,
Really,
we are 7 minutes late. So very briefly, I'll take the last
I'll make it as brief as possible.
Please.
I really admire Sandeepji's knowledge towards he has given us a detailed inputs. While I will say that in politics, the people are double faced. China has double face.
No, so many faces.
So many faces. So what they are showing, we know very well that just a few weeks back, the Talibani representative, they went and they met their counterparts in China over there. So there is of course there is some dealings with China. They had it. Pakistan too. They were just right now, if they are playing what is happening in Afghanistan, because they don't want to look bad in front of the people and people's view, because people are seeing that people, when the Afghani people are falling from the plane and all the chaos, what is happening over there. So nobody wants to show their face in that way, that we are openly supporting Taliban. Other than the Pakistan, I will say Imran government and Pakistani government is completely over there, and they have supported it. As I have come to know through the media, you guys can confirm it, that over 10,000 Talibani fighters, they are gone from Pakistan and they are speaking the same language.
Sir, Taliban, sir, already the mother and father of Taliban Pakistan.
They are product of Pakistan.
Or the products of how you say the 10,000 or 20,000. This is same like that. So last comment, Sandeep. Last comment, Sandeep ji.
They have trained them.
Yeah. Sir, you see, there is a bit of reaction against these Pakistani people joining Taliban. तो बड़ा बुरा कह रहे हैं पठान, कह रहे हैं इन पाकिस्तानियों का, ये हीरा मंडी के पंजाबी दाल खाते हैं, पेट खराब रहता है, इनके पास कोई नहीं आता. So there is a reaction developing.
Okay. So I think that just we have discussed. So Taliban role of USA and the impact. So impact is not good, and how the global society and the India has to take the measures just to for Taliban, and I think India is working on that, and how USA has done.
Bharat.
All world is saying, sir, actually our Prime Minister has not accepted the Bharat and India. They have accepted both. That's why I'm telling you India, and that is a Bharat according to our Indian constitution. So when I think you are advocate of Bharat, I respect your sentiment, but sentiment and constitution is different things. So we have to see our first constitution. So I will see how the Taliban development is going on, and India is keeping on every eye on the every movements, and how the USA has done, and Russia has just already supported Taliban, and Pakistan supported, and other USA, Britain, and Canada not supported. So I think next coming days.
Before
new development.
conclusion, can I speak one line, if you allow me, Rakesh ji? Because we are talking about the Pakistan. Pakistan is forgetting that when 20 years back, when the Taliban ruled Afghanistan was there, what was the situation in Pakistan and nearby area, the adjoining border in Pakistan? The Sandeep ji will explain it know it very nicely, that what was the situation on that time. That girl, in Pakistan also, the Pashtun girls were not allowed to do their to live their life. They are not allowed to go to a school, and everything was there. So Pakistan
Anita ji,
is
we will do the next our program in the women's in Taliban. They are separate subjects.
no, not only women, because Pakistan is welcoming that it's a gulami se azadi mili hai, because again the Pakistan is going to be the gulam of the Taliban. Taliban is not going to leave Pakistan
so
also.
actually we're already late, so your subject is very nice. Actually just we're going to the wind up now, and tomorrow we'll continue the discussion. This is a ongoing discussion now, the hot topics globally. So whatever we discussed, so Taliban should learn from the history if they want to learn how they have moved very sophisticatedly and very diplomatically, but how they can maintain their diplomacy. This is a time to concern, time to watch, and time to see. Thank you very much just to participate in the Global Governance TV, and welcome to the all viewers also, and all our participants. Thanks to all, and just see, view, and share the Global Governance TV. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.